Some of my team are back momentarily, and I ease the pressure with my new compressor. Terry challenges me to the heavyweight championship transport title, but then ends up in hospital having major surgery. I'm Daniel, and it's Ashville Weekly, episode 98. This episode is sponsored by Manscaped. The love of my life is here, so they want to know how many inches I am. It's just a simple question. I thought I'd have more to show you. It's clean and it's fresh. I think that you might like it.
They've all said that they are absolutely gagging.
I left it in Chimek's capable hands. I'll take all faces here. They can see where it's trickling from. Flushing triumphantly. Simon managed to cut them off. You're an animal. You're a tank. Now we're going to get inside and see what's happening. Monday morning, I'm in the yard. It's a good morning because we have a full team back. Chimek is back and Jay is back. Once again, congrats to Jay. He has got married to the love of his life. And we love stuff like that. And also, the love of my life is here, which is to train full of material, but it's the wrong material. We thought we were getting Type 1, but we got 6F5, but it doesn't matter. We'll still take it and we'll still sell it. Let's get it offloaded. Because of time constraints, I tried something new today. Got up at 4:30, I went to the gym at about 5:15, tried to train chest. I wasn't as strong as I normally am at the end of the day, but it was a breath of fresh air. Come in, used my shower, got to work nice and early. A couple of weeks back, I told you about a bad boy compressor that we're gonna get after Michael O'Donovan tried to rinse me and say we had a dead compressor that made lots of noise. So you might not be able to hear me properly.
Have you not got a silent compressor?
Well, now we have a bad boy silent compressor. I haven't actually figured out where we're gonna put it and how we're gonna connect it and what we're gonna do, but I do have a bad boy compressor. Let's get it offloaded. Yeah? I know I stumbled, but I don't care. Did you ever see a bad boy compressor like it? What I think we're gonna do is set this up somewhere on 3-phase power, then we're gonna run air lines all around the yard so people can connect and have air, and then you won't hear that loud in the background that you normally hear when we're using air. I actually, again, something out of the ordinary, in the middle of the day today, I actually have to go and get a trim because I've got a premiere tonight and I want to try and look my best. I'm gonna quickly pop up to the office, have a chat with everyone, make sure everybody knows what they're doing, even though all seems to be under control, but I just need to know within myself, so if I get asked questions, I know where we are.
Jay? Yeah, mate. We can't give you this.
Congratulations! Married man! What you said to me? Good, yeah?
Congrats, mate.
Thank you.
Happy marriage. I said, do I sing? But I'm like, what do you sing?
Yeah.
For when somebody gets married. Do you know what I mean?
And
how was the day?
It was amazing. So
It looks sick.
yeah,
Is anything different now after the wedding?
it definitely re-sparked like the whole
that's nice,
love and seeing all your friends and family come together to celebrate it was beautiful. To be fair,
Absolutely.
and Will was there dancing, and Frey was dancing.
I was there.
Thank you everyone for
That's great.
that.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations again and farewell.
Congratulations.
We'll let you crack on with your work.
Sweet.
Goodbye.
It's 2 p.m. Had a meeting that went very well. We have a cement delivery. I'm working on the quotation that you saw me presenting last week. There are a few prices that I've got to go into it to firm it up to present the final version to the client on Wednesday. But I just need to chase a couple of my suppliers who are also close friends of mine. So I can call them on a personal note and then say, hey, where's my quote? I'm going to stay in the office for about another hour and a half, then I'm going to go home and try and get changed and spruce myself up. But I'm going to have to take another shower at work. Grooming is a full-time commitment. Sometimes you work with a team, and sometimes you roll solo. When I need a trim up here, Taj has got me covered. When I need a trim down there, I use a Lawnmower 4.0. This episode of Ashville Weekly is sponsored by Manscaped. Hey Taj, are them trimmers got an LED light?
No.
Well, my Lawnmower 4.0 has for that nocturnal trimming. The Lawnmower 4.0 is also waterproof and cordless. It also has skin-safe technology to help reduce nicks and cuts, and blades can be easily replaced so you can groom your body with confidence. Manscaped have got you covered from head to toe. This is their weed whacker to help trim your nose and ears. In the Performance Package 4.0, we have the ball toner and ball deodorant. We also have the anti-chafing boxer briefs and the shed travel bag. So head over to manscaped.com and get free international shipping, 2 free gifts, and 20% off with the code Ashville20. Head over to manscaped.com now. It's 26 degrees out here. I'm dressed like James Bond. And when I say James Bond, I mean the Daniel Craig, Sean Connery James Bond. That James Bond. Now the reason I'm laughing is because my manager Harry is filming, and I said, Harry, just hold the camera in one place. None of this chaotic filming, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards. Harry, show how you want to film it. Harry, show us how you want to film it. Yeah, that's how Harry wants to film it. He wants chaos, chaotic. I need organisation. And Harry said he's going against his artistic integrity. I had a look on the cameras as well. Most of the boys are back now. Some of the boys were able to load to go down to East London, so we got a couple of loads to take us down there. But unfortunately tomorrow we don't have a load to bring us back, so some of the boys are going to head over to South East London and grab a load down there and then bring that back up. It's not ideal, but like, people aren't flat out busy at the moment. Just want to thank Sky for inviting me to the premiere, which is House of the Dragon, which is the prequel to Game of Thrones, and I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan, so your boy decided to try and spruce himself up a little bit. Going from the yard to the red carpet, and I'll be back in the yard tomorrow morning. Do you know what it is? I want to go to the James Bond audition, but I said to Idris that I would leave it for him for now, and then I've got a couple years. And I think to do the James Bond audition, I've got to drop another 2 stone. I'm working on it, so when I do that, then I'm going to come for the James Bond audition. I actually think I could do that. I genuinely, people just say it, I genuinely think that I could do that.
I'll do a little
Just
rap,
arrived
set you up.
on time, because I'm always on time.
Yeah, watch him, he's like, done.
And now we're going to get inside and see what's happening.
A few questions that we'd like to ask the cast. They've all said that they are absolutely gagging to respond to anything that we ask them.
Oh, I hope you have a lovely evening tonight and enjoy the show.
Thank you very much.
It's Tuesday, and I'm in the yard. I thought there was a train coming this morning, but the train hasn't turned up. But I had a conversation about trains, because the Type 1 we have in the yard, this is a granite Type 1, and I spoke to the supplier, and they also want to send a limestone Type 1 here, which is slightly more pink. So we're going to clean out one of the bays, and we can expect that next week. I'm very happy to say that there's a QPR game later, which I will be at, and the ladies' toilets are finished. And I just got an email of something really cool I'm gonna do I've never done before. And I'm a little bit nervous, but I could never be shook. So they wanna know how many inches I am, and they want the measurement of how many inches I am when it's clenched. Let me just clench here. And no, I don't have a seamstress tape measure. Why would I have a seamstress tape measure? This is, I am 14 inches, which is 36 centimeters. So there we go. Obviously man's training. So by the time it comes around, which is in like 2.5 weeks, the forearm may be actually bigger because the power is coming back, as you can all see. My manager, who I was with yesterday, he's actually in the office now as well, and I have another meeting, and then I have to leave the yard for something else that I can't tell you about. I'm sorry, I know I keep saying all of this, but there's a lot going on in the background. I can't tell you about that one either. And then after that, I'm going to QPR. Okay, this is attempt number 3 to put gel in the tires of the loading shovel. It's Wednesday morning, and I'm at the basement salvage / home cinema. I'm having a look around. There's a few bits we need to do. It will take about 2-3 days, but we'll pull faces here. Let's say 4 days. I've just filmed my outro for this video, and the rest of it is going to the edit team. So this video will be finished very soon. I'm leaving here and heading to another meeting. However, the train is in the yard. Let's get it offloaded. Tezza, what time are you going under the knife tomorrow?
I'll be there for 7, so probably 8 o'clock.
You know what it is? I'm on the way to a meeting now, and then I got to come back, but then I got to go and present that updated quote, but that's at 3 o'clock. So I'm not sure if I'm going to get to see you before you leave, but obviously I need to talk to you like for a proper handover and speak to Chimek. I'm a bit weary because I need to know what's going on. But I will tell you something, Tezza, yeah? After you've had the op on the hip, if you're sitting there bored and you want to start looking at lorries and you want to start doing things like that, we can do that, Tel, because I don't want you to get rusty.
Really?
Yeah, bruv. So if you take your laptop and you want to turn it on and connect to that Wi-Fi in that hospital and you want to look at lorries, Tel, like I'm all for that. So here's what I need you to think, yeah? Have you seen that thing when they show Pogba coming back from injury? And then they show Roy Keane with the seatbelt on and he's trying to do the leg extension. You want to be like Roy Keane. You want to be coming back straight away from injury, Terry. That's what you want to be doing. That's what I think anyway. You don't have to listen to me.
I'll be home probably after 2 days maximum.
Okay.
But I would just say this. Even if I came back in rusty, like half injured, battle bruised, I would still be the baddest in the game. Okay, let's not worry about that side of things. Yeah.
Sorry, what game exactly is that?
The game that we play every day.
Oh, wait, hold on. Rewind. Are you saying that you're top boy for me with running lorries? Are you saying? Well, I'm just. Oh, no, all right, cool. Obviously, I taught you how to run tippers, innit? You know how to run skips. But obviously, I taught you how to run tippers and grabs, yeah? But all I'm saying, bro, I'm not saying, because, you know, some people would argue that Kanye passed Jay-Z. What I'm asking you is, are you saying that you're top boy for me on these lorries? It's just a simple question, a yes, no answer.
No, I don't really want to create no bad feelings, so it's just...
What are you saying? What are you saying? It's not worth it?
I'm just saying there's certain egos that are a bit fragile. I'm trying to get better at my people management.
Oh, is it? All right, cool. How are we doing?
And that applies up and down.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. I'm not sure if I'm taking that how that was intended, but you know it is, Terry. You know it is. Think of yourself like a young Mike Tyson, and think of me as Customado. Yeah?
Customado.
Yeah. I'm just building your confidence, Tel. Without confidence, you're never going to be able to do. I'm just building that confidence, Tel. I'm building that confidence. You're right, Tel. You're an animal. You're a tank. You're going to get him. Run over him. But Tel, now that you're so good at running the lorries, I won't be able to do it without you. So after 2 days, I will be expecting you to get on that laptop and run them lorries since you're so good at doing them.
Okay.
No, but on the real, I will, like, if I don't get to sit down with you and Chimek, I'll have to call you later and catch up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Are you still recording?
Yeah, let me stop it. Let me just stop that recording there. All right, guy, I'm going to stop the recording because Terry is now going to tell me that he didn't mean it and I'm by far the baddest man in transport. I'm just going to stop it now, yeah? All right, now for the private conversation. Hold on, there's Ollie. What's happening? How you doing?
Do anything to part this, can you?
Mate, I mean, I'm not Moses parted the sea. I don't think I can part the traffic. No. Do you know what it is, why we're sat here?
Just down to one lane for a bit of road.
One lane, yeah? All right.
Oh, good. See you in a bit.
See you at the yard. Sat in traffic on the way back to the yard after my meeting. Both Ollie and I are stuck here. Because we have a Type 1 limestone coming to the yard next week, we are now going to start moving material around, but we kind of have to be careful because we don't want, if the bay's got a lot of pressure on one side, we don't want to not support it on the other. Isn't that a nice lorry? Why is he going another way? Maybe he knows something I don't. I've got my quote pack for the job I'm going to see, and we're trying to finesse the plan to prepare for this new material on Monday. So Terry's going to put the 926 up on the pile and move some of the 6F5 away from the wall because there's a lot of pressure on the wall. And I think David's waiting to give me some news. Are you?
Good or bad? I think you know about David, you do the good news, I do the bad news, yeah? I'm a bad guy today as well.
Yeah, what's happened? Ask them to go and check if there's a void underneath here that somebody could, because if there is a void and you've got to talk, like somebody can go and look and they can see where it's trickling from.
Okay.
Yeah? We got to do process of elimination. Let's go and have a look at this compressor. I mean, it's just great. I mean, can't really tell you what's going on. Can't really tell you what's happening. But I can see that we have a compressor and we have all our electrics here. And here we have a giant fan. And when I heard this running, it just sounded like a whistle. So I think it's all right. Yeah, sorry folks, I thought I'd have more to show you in here. Now, it's not often I comment, but I am compelled. I have to say something. Hey, I got weather vanes made. Look at this. And it's got the Ashville black and yellow. And then the special QPR edition one as well. Look at this, yeah? So thank you so much, Richie. Look at these. We're gonna concentrate on the Ashville one for now. So we can put these up in the yard, and I don't know for what reason, but now I'm gonna know which way the wind is blowing, as opposed to what I was doing before every morning going. Now I can use my weather vane and I can work out if it's too windy for a drone. I can work out if the traffic at Heathrow will be affected, if the runways will be more difficult, or maybe from the wind I can work out if Terry will be late to work if the wind isn't blowing behind the van, pushing him in this direction. But this is cool. I had to say something. Okay, I really like it.
It's Daniel.
Hi, Vesha.
Hi.
Do me a favor, please. I saw you sent me the deposit invoice. I'll check it. I'll be back at the yard in 10 minutes and I'll check it. But wherever I check it, let's not send it like till Friday. Like that's kind of.
No, I'm not going to send it. I just wanted to show you.
Okay, fine, yeah, because that's kind of start.
It's all for you. It's
yeah,
just for you
that's
to
for
look
me.
and
Fine. I just thought.
Think about it.
I just thought if we send those people a deposit invoice after I leave the meeting after half an hour, we're just gonna look like we're starving. But what I will say, Vesha, I need you to begin to make a digital folder on a computer and a normal folder, because the work we're doing in the loft, we double checked and somebody already applied for permitted development to do the loft. So while our internal is slightly different and we're using the room for a different purpose, I want us to have that on file. So if anyone comes talking rubbish, I could just say, what are you talking about? Like, here it is, we checked.
It will be recorded in our system, and I could do hard copies as well in a file.
Good.
Not to worry.
Good.
Fine. Thinking about it.
I just want to make sure before we even start, we're thinking about the as-builds. Okay, so I'll see you in a bit. I'll see you in a bit.
See you, bye.
It's 10 minutes past 5. As you can hear by that conversation, I presented the revised quote to the client, and the client accepted, and we're going to start that job in 2 weeks, which is about 18 months of work. Already my mind is doing overtime. I'm thinking about what we're doing. I spoke to Dudek and David. I need to have a meeting with them tomorrow about how we're going to tackle it in the exact days we're going to do it. I already spoke to the architect and I've asked him to start working on the building control drawings, and the week after he's going to come to the site and he's going to begin to map out the electrical points, so our team on site have drawings to work from as soon as they finish the demo work, so they can start running cables. And we're going to invite some of the suppliers back to the site and see what we can value engineer. But the important thing is that the job is agreed. I'm heading back to the yard now. I'm going to see Terry and have a meeting with Terry before he goes. So I just need to get all the information of what him and Chimek have been doing, so I have an understanding. And as of tomorrow, I'm going to try and stay in the yard a lot more. This week that Terry has been back, it's been difficult and there's been a lot going on, but I'd say an 80% success rate of what we were doing. It was actually 100% success rate. Some things are going the way I want, they're just not going the way I want in the time scale. And you know when I want it. I want it yesterday. Not next week, not next year, not in the third quarter of 2023. Now, yesterday. But not everybody works on my time scales. And good things come to those who wait, apparently. But I've been waiting for years, man. I've been out here waiting. But good things have happened. Anyway, I'm in the best of health. And I'm optimistic. The weather does not reflect my mood, but I don't business. I'm on the way back to the yard. Okay, you ready, Chimek? It's me and you again.
What, the dream team, yeah? The dream team.
We'll handle it.
Well, Daniel said he's badding up the lorries every day, you know. He took offence earlier on when I said I was a top boy for him.
I'm glad we're recording. This will end up being some kind of flashback. when you send 5 lorries to the wrong place and
yeah, but it's ended in 3 weeks anyway, and I'm going to be away for 2 of them. Episode 97 now, all I've got to do is make it 3 more weeks.
Brother, I'll do a special episode just for that standalone video, baddest man in transport, and the 2 of us can do a list and see who's better. All right. Okay, guys. Good luck for your uptail.
Thanks.
I could fix all your problems, but if you want to go and have surgery, it's up to you. If you insist on listening to these doctors, I could tell you what's wrong with you.
Yeah. Grinding up cardamom pods and rose petals.
I'm telling you, I got a big old cauldron. I just stored a pot. I give you a potion to drink. You'll be a different man. Boy, anyway, good luck, Tezza.
Who's your car? Can't carry anyone around here.
Do you reckon when they take out your personality in this operation, do you reckon when you come back that you'll still think that you're funny, or do you know what I mean? Did you know? So what are we going to do about the van?
What van?
The courtesy van.
It's in the car park there at the minute. The keys on my desk.
Put it in the far corner of the car park so people don't...
I'll put it in the closest corner here.
Cool, just so people don't use it as an excuse to block the M25 because of the way a van's parked in the car park. Please, yeah, because that's what they'll do. All right.
How did the meeting go?
All approved.
Yeah. Start date?
2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah. So just when I need you to be here, you're there shagging around, lying in bed. Oh, we could definitely bring you in a wheelchair, Tel. I want to get you, the way your head's bald, I want to get you one of the things like Professor X from X-Men. You know, one of them chairs that move around like that. You don't know who Professor X is from X-Men?
The only thing I know about Professor X is a Dave tune.
Oh, what are you talking? You've been living under a rock? Him. Of course, you know you've seen it.
No.
From X-Men.
I've never watched X-Men.
You've never watched X-Men?
I know Wolverine is the fella that gets the spikes come out of his hands, isn't it?
They're not actually spikes, Tal. They're like
the metal things that are sharp come out of his hands.
It's actually adamantium. It was injected into his spine,
right,
which made him stronger.
Does it come out of his hands?
Well, it comes out of this area here. Okay. It is sharp. I'd just like to get an idea of the jobs, so tomorrow when things are said, I know what everybody's talking about. So I think I've got a handle on it. But like I said, I'll be in the yard a lot more now that this shegger is deciding to go and have this procedure what he's having. But we wish him luck. We always want the best for Tezza. If you remember a few weeks back, we did the video on why the ladies' toilets weren't ready for the new season. And I got this email from QPR Operations. It says,
we appreciate in the past few weeks has been difficult and there has been negativity regarding delays and issues with such area as toilet blocks. So I wanted to share some good feedback that they've received in the last 24 hours.
Because the women's toilets was open for the game yesterday.
They received an email from one of the QPR fans that said, "Dear Operations, another season draws at the Stanley Bowl stand. And there is widespread delight amongst QPR female supporters. After coping with emergency measures for one match only, we were rubbing our eyes yesterday at beautiful new loos. The loos flush triumphantly each and every time, and it's clean and it's fresh and it's a spacious surrounding."
It may have been delayed, but at least we did something right, and all the female QPR supporters have lovely toilets which they are using. Flushing triumphantly, Terry. We like a toilet that flushes triumphantly. And this is the last time you're going to see Tezza. When Tezza was under the knife being operated, I was actually going to put one of those things on and turn up with the DJI and start filming and stuff like that, but I decided against it, Tel.
You're opening Batman.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was just going to turn up and go in there and just walk in, but I'm going to let the doctors do their thing. That's it for Thursday. Wednesday. Sorry, that's it for Wednesday. It's Thursday, and I'm in the yard. First and most important, we hope that Terry's operation is going well and he's in good health, and we wish him a full recovery. And he comes back to work tomorrow. No, I'm joking. I'm only joking. We just hope that he's going to pull through and he's going to be okay. The train arrived this morning, but it's not offloaded, but that was the plan. The train is going to stay here, and the driver and the shunter are going to come back tomorrow, and they're going to start shunting the train, and we're going to offload it tomorrow morning. Time is 10:04 a.m. We had a bit of a trouble with a tipper and a puncture. We couldn't get the studs off. The studs were spinning, but Simon managed to cut them off, and we've changed some nuts and bolts, and we put a fresh tyre on. That lorry is good to go out, and I'm just going to go and have a chat with Chimek, see how we're getting on, and then I've got plenty of work to do and plenty of emails to catch up on with stuff that I wasn't able to do over the past few days. Will's put together a spec for the Control 4. Will is going to spend 5 days on it in the yard preparing. He's saying 3, but it's 5 days. Yeah. By the time he spends 3 days, and then other days moving. Plus, we have to put it in the back of a van, the whole rack, and we have to move it there and assemble it, and 2 people have to help. Plus, on site, they need 3 weeks. 2
3
people.
weeks.
Yeah.
Because we were just discussing.
It's not 10 days. It's not possible to automate the entire house in 10 days. Like, to change the intercom at the front, Will found ducting. You have to run ducting from the house to somewhere else, then underneath the drive, then from one side of the drive to the other. Like, what happens if something happens? Like,
which we know is going to happen.
Yeah, all the two-way switching with the lights. We have to take it off the wall. Plus, Bartek may need to make holes in the wall, and then Will is going to be, the 2 of them are going to be running up and down like madmen. And plus, they got to program it.
Is this something we can start before they go away?
Not really, because we need the job approved, because we're going to spend time, which is money, looking at the job, and then you might turn around and say you don't want to do it.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? We've done all the exploratory works and all the investigation we can possibly do. So basically, you need to write, it doesn't include underfloor heating control, it doesn't include air conditioning. Sure. You need to write what it doesn't include. And David, we need to run cables to every single TV.
How I see it, we can start preparing things before they go away in the yard.
we can start preparing things if the quote is accepted.
Yes, yeah, obviously, yes.
Yeah, because if he changes his mind, we're going to be all stood here just looking at each other and a bunch of AV equipment. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to make 2 separate quotes for him. I need you to make his cinema quote and his home automation quote, because that way I can differentiate the two between the cost centers, yeah? All rooms, underfloor heating have to be on there.
Okay.
He wants the Batman spec.
Yeah, because you can't be Batman unless you can't half be Batman.
You can't half be Batman. If you want to be Batman, you're going to have to be Batman.
Sure.
Yeah? You have to find the registration of the. Do you know? Did they tell you what registration? Right. Is that lorry out working? Yeah. Do we know? Okay. We'll have to have a look at that. We need to have a look at that at the end of the day. All right. Thank you. Thanks. Bye. The homicide department have called the office and spoke to Julia, and unfortunately there was a murder which took place 2 days ago, and apparently they said our lorry was there and we should have the dash cam footage of the murder. And they just told me the registration. We'll try and download the footage at the end of the day and act accordingly. Wow, okay. It's unfortunate that somebody's passed. I'm doing a watch through of episode 97. I had a difficult week last week, man. I'm just watching some of my struggles. After the meeting you saw I had with David, I went and had a chat with Vesha. We were going to send a deposit invoice for that job, but like I've reined it back in and decided that it wasn't accurate what we were sending. So in order to have a document that we can keep moving forward with, we're just going to actually make the document in Excel, and we're going to put percentages against each of the items. So some of the items that we don't make, that we need to order, we need 50% deposits, but some of the other items we only need 20%. So we're going to put percentages next to each line item, and that's going to dictate what the invoice will be. Our accounting software doesn't allow us to do that in that system, so we're going to create one on Excel, and we're going to keep the invoice for ourselves within our system, but on the Excel document we're going to reference this application 1 and the invoice number from the accounting system so we can match them together, and if the client ever did ask for a copy of it, we have everything they need. We've already started the process with the as-built folder, which we're going to hand over when the project is done, and all of those invoices, there'll be copies of all of them in the brochure as well. I'm kind of tired still, but I'm still here, and I'm still going to train, and I'm still on a diet. And Friday and I are watching through this episode. It's very interesting because at the moment it's 1 hour and 27 minutes. I don't know how long it's going to be. It's going to be in the highlights. I don't know how long it's going to be when this actually goes out on Sunday. Looking at the list for tomorrow of lorries is something I'm going to have to do after this. I left it in Chimek's capable hands, and then I'll cast my eye over it. We hope that Terry's doing well. Res. Wednesday, and I'm in the yard. I just did a watch through of the KSI YouTube reveal video, which should be going live on Wednesday coming, but this is coming out on the Sunday after that. So here, I could just share a few moments from it with you. KSI.
So,
on this wall, we're gonna have a Lamborghini wallpaper. And on this wall, we went to the paint shop, and each and every panel is a work of art. And luckily for us, fiber optic cable comes like this, either with adhesive or we'll hide it in the ceiling. But I'm not gonna show you all the features.
oh my God! Oh, this is nuts, bro!
That's jokes. You know, it's a lot of fun getting to the end of the project and watching the video. Hopefully you guys will check it out. Click here to watch the video. Really cool video, man. And we had a lot of challenges, some of which I've shared with you in weekly, but the end product, I think that you might like it. The operator's arrived, and it's time to offload the train, which has been here since yesterday. As soon as that train's offloaded, it's gonna be gone. for it. Something else I had to say. Is it Friday? Wednesday. And I'm in the yard.
Yeah, it's Friday today.
Yeah, that's it. Saturday morning, and I'm in the car. It's just gone 9 o'clock. One of the tasks today, while there's no traffic on the road, was somebody didn't have a concrete job till the afternoon. So they took the courtesy van and went to Volkswagen to collect Terry's van, which has had about £1,800 worth of work done to it. The EGR, a service, just might as well do all the work while Terry's not here. I've always bought Volkswagen vans, and I've been going to this particular Volkswagen for like years. At one point I had 10 vans, and then when it was time to upgrade, I always got rid of one VW van and got another one, because I like to have a uniform fleet. I've had an Amarok, I've had about, all in all, I probably had about 35 Volkswagen commercial vehicles. So this morning we go to collect it, and they hold the van and they refuse to release the van unless they get paid. And bear in mind, this is the same dealership that I've always been going to for however many years. Now, I put measures in place that Sinead makes the payments, but Sinead's not in on Saturday, and the only other person who can make a payment is me. That's just so we make sure we have POs that match up. Volkswagen held onto the van and they held it to ransom, and just because no one could get hold of me for 20 minutes, they held it ransom, and they held my driver there, and my driver had to come back all the way from the other side of London without the van. Now I gotta pay someone to go back and do it again. So I called the office and I asked Julia to call them, and she's made payment. But it's not the point. So now I gotta pay someone to do that all over again. It's just like these things, like, I know it's a very small thing and it's probably very petty. If I call them and say, why are you doing this? Why are you behaving like this? Well, it's probably a whole bunch of people there. When a company is as big as theirs, the whole personal service is gone. I know people in the branch, but maybe they weren't in. And I know the people are doing their job, but it's just one of them things. I can't do anything, man. Not even for just, I can't not answer my phone for 15 minutes, otherwise somehow I lose time, which is losing money. Should I call the branch and say, what are you doing? What are you holding onto my van for? I'm not coming back there again. But at the end of the day, they're Volkswagen and they don't care. So it's just another one of them things that I just got to take, bam, take that slap in your face, and there's nothing you could do about it. And while you're there, pay the £1,800, which is overcharged, pay for that. And while you're there, pay the driver to drive around. And while you're there, pay for your other staff who are running around doing all things. Just pay for it. And then here's what's going to happen. You're going to come back and get the van when we're ready for you to get it, Mayu. Now shut your mouth and carry on. And by the way, book in all your other vans as well. And then when the upgrade comes, we're going to give you no money at all for your vans and overprice the new vans, because now they are going to be Euro 6. Just had a walk around the yard. It's 12:06 and I need to have a shower and get changed, and I'm meant to be at QPR at 12:30. Sorry in advance to my guests, but I am running late. I had a quick brief of what the lorries are doing with Chimek. I know what the tippers are doing, I know what the Arctics are doing, but I need to talk to him about the concrete lorries and the skip lorries, and I don't know how busy the pump is. The guys are working on the KSI edit and weekly episode 97, which click here to watch it, because it'll obviously be out by now. And that's it. I've got a lot of time. Here we are at QPR. We've got the sidemen add up. Ashville's not next.
It was game steak. Hey yo, this man he's made me eat 2 big lamb shoulder steaks.
It's protein.
And he said, I'll be offended if you don't eat them.
It's protein. I'm sharing the hospitality at QPR. Connor's popped down, and the sidemen Hello.
They've taken over. They've been advertising.
Yeah, the sidemen are taking over the advertising. I've wanted the Ashville billboard to come up next, and it hasn't. We're in the second half. We're 1-0 at the moment, but the game is looking promising. It's a mixed day. I've got all the godchildren in the house, and we are chilling. And Con is acting.
Sorry to do that.
And Con is acting like he's afraid to eat. He's acting like, have you eaten enough, Con?
I've had the steak pie.
Yeah.
I've had the cheesecake.
Yeah.
I've had the 2 lamb shoulders.
Yeah.
The potatoes.
Yeah.
What was for starters?
You see,
the soup.
The soup.
Ah,
Did you have
I'm
any bread
supposed
with the soup?
I did 2 rolls.
What you been drinking?
Waters.
Special
lemonade mixes from.
When you mix the lemonade and the orange juice, those mixes there.
Aha.
There's still time. Hopefully we can turn it round. Oh no, one sec. Wait, hold on. Can I sit down here? Is that right?
Yes.
What's happening?
My hand.
What? It's actually your leg he's got hold of.
What's that?
What? Come, I'll show you. Come sit with your Uncle Daniel.
Hi, I'm Henry. This is Ashville Weekly. Blah 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 blah.
Nah, you lost the job. Come, you lost the job. Harper, give him a hug.
Give me a hug.
Oh. Well, hey, listen, stop trying to course him up. Why are you taking off his hat and that? Just be nice. Go and take a picture, darling. No? You don't want to take a picture? You want to take your own picture with the cat? All right, well, why don't you take your own picture then? Go on, then. Selfie, yeah? No, Harper, that's selfie mode. Be nice to Jude. We don't show him what we learned at jiu-jitsu here, do we? Thanks, Jude. See you later. Bye. Thank you. It's Saturday evening, and we are at the hospital with our fallen comrade, Tezza. How you feeling, Tezza?
I'm not too bad. I'm getting there. Getting there slowly.
They're going to let you out tomorrow?
Hopefully. We can get a few things under control, then hopefully, yeah. Temperature was a bit high, blood sugar was a bit high, so. And to make matters worse, Daniel brings a QPR program.
As I care so much for Terry, I wanted Terry to have entertainment and I didn't want him to feel out of his natural habitat. So I brought Terry this QPR program, his work laptop, and his work phone, because we don't want Terry to get rusty. No, I didn't really. I thought I'd come and see Tezza and see how he's feeling and see this new leg of his and this new personality of his, this new personality that's going to create a great and lasting bond with all the people that Terry struggles with people skills with, and how this new leg is going to make him put his foot down and get to work even quicker and run around the yard even quicker. Tezza is in good health and we wish him a full recovery. And that's it for Ashville Weekly, episode 98. Click here for the Ashville website. Click here to subscribe to our channel. Click here to see an Ashville video you may not have seen before, and click here for last week's episode, which was number 97.
2 more weeks, yeah?
Of what? Oh, I thought you meant of you in the hospital. Nah, bro. You better find your way back to work. Forget all that. I thought it was 2 weeks till you're at work. Nah, mate. The clock was...